Hi everyone. So almost 1 year ago I made a video about why I switched to iOS and I said this. Believe it or not, my main reason to switch on iOS was Samsung, not Android. So I switched to iOS because of Samsung and now I'm switching back to Android because of the Samsung again. I could have done it for Pixel 5 as well, but that's a different story. This is not the first time I thought about switching back to Android, but there were two reasons that I was not switching back to Android because there is no compact phone that can give me good battery life as iPhone 12, and also I didn't want to lose my WhatsApp chat again. I know there are plenty more reasons to like iOS, like you don't get notification from an app unless you allow them. In Android, it's by default allowed, so unless you disable them, you get those annoying notifications from every application. And if I talk about Android, I can just say SMS organizer. People who use it, they know how useful it is. So there are always going to be pros and cons in Android and iOS. So I'm not going to do that Android and iOS versus video. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about my experience regarding this Z Flip 3 and why I switched and do I regret it. And this is not a review, by the way. The biggest reason I switched to Z Flip 3, not because it's a foldable device, but WhatsApp announced in the Samsung event that you can now transfer your chats from iOS to Android, specifically Samsung phones. Yes, when I switched to iOS, I lost all my chats and didn't want to do it again. But with this, I was able to do it. And when the first time I heard that news, I instantly tweeted. So I was really happy about it, that I can actually transfer my chat and I don't have to lose it. And after that, I can actually switch to any Android device. The first time I held this device, it sure felt premium. I like this Phantom Black because I love matte black. I purchased both S21 Plus, S21 Ultra in matte black. I also had iPhone 12 in black color. Although it's not very heavy, but because of this fold design, it feels a little bit heavier than a normal phone. The only problem is it's slippery, and every time I try to take out of my pocket, I feel scared because I might drop it. Also, it goes way down in my jeans, so it takes some effort to take it out safely. Maybe the ring cases might help with this. I'm gonna be honest with you here. I'm not really sure about how I feel about this phone because when you unfold it, it feels like a normal Samsung phone, but unfolding this phone takes a lot of effort. It might reduce your phone usage time, but if you're thinking that outer display might help you with everything, well, it doesn't work with everything. You cannot unlock the device when folded, so you cannot read your sensitive information unless you leave it open for everyone to read your messages or OTP. I was so disappointed when I find out that I can't read my messages when the device is folded because I can't unlock it. And that's just one issue with it. Because if you want to unlock your phone, you have to open it and then you have to stretch your finger to unlock this device because you cannot unlock it when it's folded. So to fix that, I enable Face Unlock, and we all know how great Samsung Face Unlock is. The second thing I missed on this phone that I cannot use some application on the cover display. For example, Map. So I was driving yesterday with maps on and I couldn't see anything when the device was folded. So I had to unfold it every time I need to confirm a turn. I know it's a very small thing, but I would love to see this cover display to use more application outside. Okay, enough about the cover display now. Let's talk about the inner display. When unfolded, it's a 6.7-inch 120Hz Super AMOLED panel and it is beautiful. The crease does not bother me unless I'm watching something and there are lights on the ceiling because this display is super reflective. Brightness is not an issue on this phone. It gets super bright outdoors and visibility is not an issue. So it is Samsung display, so no complaints here. It's just this screen guard attracts a lot of threads and I feel it does not fold or unfold fully. So when you fold this phone, there's a gap in between, and when you unfold it, there's a slight curve to it. So I feel like bending it. It's not easy to open this phone with one hand, so it's mostly two-handed phone. Closing with one hand is super easy, and cutting the phone by flipping this phone is really nice, but no one usually calls me that much. Speakers on this phone are really good. Listen to this. So speakers are really nice, they're really loud, and the bass is also really good. Like I said in the beginning, if you unfold this phone, it's a flagship phone. So you get Snapdragon 888, not in just US but everywhere in the world, so you don't have to worry about Exynos. But this device does get warm from this side. If you do normal tasks, you can still feel it. So I think this design does not work with the flagship CPU. So I think Samsung would have given that Snapdragon 778 or even 765. That would have been fine, and they can reduce the price a little bit further. And the battery life would have been better as well. See, I know the battery is small and I was okay with the horrible battery life. I know a lot of you are waiting for me to say, no, the battery is not that bad. I was thinking something else. No, it's true. The battery life is not really good. I mean, on some days you might get through a full day, but yeah, the battery life is not really good. So I've been using this phone for just one day, so it's still learning my usage pattern. And you can see this for today. So it's 74% and the screen on time is 48 minutes. So it's okay because I'm on Wi-Fi. Yesterday I went out from 11 a.m. I charged it fully and I was on 4G full day. So by the time I came back around 9 p.m., the battery was 27%. I just used the device for 2 hours. So I wouldn't say it's horrible, but yeah, it's not going to work on heavier days, so you might have to charge in evening. One thing I really don't understand that why Samsung did not implement the 25-watt charging in this phone. I mean, I can understand there should be a limitation, but the slower charging and the mediocre battery life is not a good combination. As this is not a full review, so I will not talk about the cameras a lot, but I want to talk about something that could have been better or just there. Like, I don't understand the weird crop when you click picture from the cover display, and I really miss having a night mode option from the cover display as well. So you can just switch to normal mode to ultra wide mode or into the photo mode, but there's no night mode there. And if you want to know more about the cameras, they are basically like in between the S20 and S21. So the S21 camera setup with S21 processor. The DeX is also missing on this phone, in case you didn't know. I mean, it should have been there because it's a flagship phone, and also it's still on the July patch, so there is no update yet. See, I know how this phone is coming across in this video, but I actually like this phone. I like the feel of it, and it's a really beautiful phone. I'm just getting used to this folding thing, and I think it's a lot of effort, and it's not as cool as I was thinking. So all I wanted to give you my first impression in this video, and wanted to tell you some things that I did not find anywhere else. But I'm still going to recommend this phone to a lot of people who are really want to go in this folding direction, and it's a very good value. And the thing that you get the Snapdragon processor, not the Exynos, is another plus point for the India or Europe and everywhere else other than US. So that's also a plus thing. Yes, it has a mediocre battery, but I think the value this phone gives, it's really good. I'm going to make a dedicated review about it and answer all of your questions. So in case you have any of the questions, you can ask in the comment box or you can just tag me on Twitter. My name is Rohit. I'll see you in the next one. Till then.